we're ready. Let's get moving. Quarter's on. It is Tuesday, October 9th, 2012, and this is bargaining session number 1 between Local 747 and the city. And we're considering it back to bargaining session 1 since the first time meeting since the last contract vote. Now, I brought a whole contract here to propose to get things started, and since the last 3, they were 3-year agreements, and we struggled with those. We thought, why don't we just, the city's just going to bring a 1-year agreement in, proposal for that, just to clean up fiscal year 12, and then we can start a longer term agreement. And a lot of that is also based on what we've been hearing from the mayor regarding budgets for FY13. We got the millage increase, so that'll take care of FY13, and then he has spoken actually publicly several times, mentioned that he believes raises should start again in FY14. So can't promise that, but that's certainly what the mayor said. It's on record, so we're all hopeful we can start getting raises again then. So anyway, let me get to the proposals here. Just in broad strokes, these are pretty much exactly the same as what's in effect now. Pretty much status quo. The things that aren't status quo are just those same edits that I've been trying to get through for a couple of years now. Same ones you went through last time with the new, the grammar and the punctuation and some of the readability things. So you will see some underlines and strike-throughs. That's all it is, except for one article, and I'll get to that when we get to that point. I'll describe that. So here's Article 1. All right, Article 2 here is pretty much the same. This last one, no changes. Article 3, employee rights. Same thing, just the standard changes I've been trying to get in place for some time. Rights. Same thing. Article 5, pretty much status quo except for the normal edits. Article 6, normal edits. Article 7, status quo. Article 8, regular edits. Do you understand what I mean when I'm saying that?
Yes. For the record. Is that a nod?
Nod. Yeah. Recorder doesn't pick up the nod.
No. That's what you're talking about.
Union business, pretty much the Okay, annually, pretty much the same things that were presented all the way through. And in fact, it is the same thing you would have seen in the last three proposals. Same as you've seen the last 2 years. Okay, holidays, same as you've seen. Leave same, this has been on the table.
Bereavement same?
Yeah, bereavement same. I have jury duty here, pretty much the same as you've seen for the last 2 years. Okay, Article 17, court attendance, same language as has been on the table.
Here's an extra bereavement.
All right, Article 18 on the injury benefits, same as has been on the table. Okay, safety, no change as to what was TA'd last time. Bulletin boards, I think bulletin boards is the one that we made a last minute change last time, and that change should be incorporated in here as well. So it's the same as was TA from the last time. Okay, I'll just stop and talk about pay very briefly, make sure that's clear. Again, the proposal was just for a 1-year agreement to clean up FY12, which is already passed, and it would have steps, obviously still in there, but a 0 GWI for 12, that's already passed. But everything else should be the same as was proposed the last time, except for the duration. Work week and overtime, same as was TA the last time. Seniority layoff and recall, the same. General provisions, same, any other? And as we had done throughout the bargaining the last couple of times, we moved physical exams to its own, so it's still part of the 25. And it is also the same as was TA, where those that do not want to do the life scan physical can go see their own doctor, and the checklist should be attached to this.
Okay.
One we can send it back, right? Just look to verify that. Yep. Checklist on the back.
Chris, I do have one concern,
Yeah.
because you referred when you started to this as status quo, and
I realize the word status quo doesn't,
it doesn't apply to any of this.
yeah, because they have
There's,
still some of those edits, the grammar edits. things
well,
like
there's
that.
more than just grammar, there's changes in just about every one of these. I mean, not, I don't know, substantive changes, but, so.
They should, all
I
those
just
are
don't know
the
that we want to use
same.
the term status quo,
Right.
because it's not.
Right, so let me make it clear. They are the same, all of those should be the same that was TA the last couple of times. Or it definitely the last time. They haven't changed at all since then, except for one that I will talk about coming up that does have changes. So yes, they're not status quo from the current contract because I wanted to make those ongoing edits, but they're the same as what was TA the last time. So no surprises in that respect. So make it a little more clear.
Yeah, I'm just,
I'm not trying to
no,
pull a fast one.
no, I didn't think that at all. I just want to make sure that everybody knows that these aren't status quo.
Okay, good. All right, consultations was the same. Pension should be the same, no change. That's what's currently in effect as far as benefits. Missing something?
25.
Hold on one second.
Do you have 25s?
Yep.
I've got two here.
Okay, motional process, same as proposed last time. Okay, here's the one that has some, has a change from the last time we met, and that has to do with here the drug-free workplace. As you recall, we had in there the 3-year agreement, mandatory testing was proposed and was on the table. It's been slightly changed. This time we still want to try a random testing program, but it would just be almost like a trial period, for lack of a better word. So just for the length of this contract, we want to propose the random, with 30 days notice to you, we will initiate a drug-free program for 12 months. And during that 12-month period, we will test 5 people per month, as we were going to do the last time. And at the end of that 12 months, if nobody tests positive, then the random program goes away. So it'll have a sunset period. But if it does turn up, if somebody does turn up positive, then it will go into effect. After that, it'll become a part of the contract. So just, yeah.
That's something we'll look at.
Oh, of course. No, that came about really just from discussions where the arguments were, there's really no basis that the old system had been in place for 35 years or 30 years, whatever the argument was, that we've managed to get along with that system pretty well. We've only had a couple of the incidents that really sparked the call for random drug testing. But this was a way just to really verify, just to give it a shot, and see if there is issue out there, and if not, then goes away. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a permanent fixture, but it's a way, kind of a compromise to see if we can at least get a feel for what's out there. So anyway, that's kind of the background on this. It's just something that the city still wants to try. It'll be good from a PR perspective that we've given it a shot. Both parties will agree to have given it a shot, but it doesn't necessarily have to become positive or permanent if there's no positive test. So
Can we get a list of all the items that are looked for in the test?
that is already out on the, should be on the intranet. Do we not have? Yeah, there's, if you look under the
Free workplace.
drug-free workplace section of that, you'll see the whole panel of what they actually test for, all the drugs. And if you can't find that, just email me and we'll get something to you. But it should already be out there. In addition to illegal substances, of course, legal drugs, prescription drugs are also tested. If you have a valid prescription, then it's fine. So there is a wide variety of things. And there will not be, the random does not include any alcohol testing. Alcohol testing would still be a reasonable suspicion if you thought there was an issue there.
Just so you also know, too, you may not know this, but for example, if somebody did test positive for prescription medication, the medical review officer would call the employee to verify they had a prescription or not. The employer would never know that, if you have a valid prescription for it, it would never come back to us as a positive test. We just never know. So you have this full discussion with this medical review officer who's separate from the city prior to the city ever getting any results back. At that point, it'd come back negative if there was a...
And that's a good point. Privacy is, confidentiality is certainly maintained in that respect.
I notice on here, just briefing over it real quick, as far as the, every time we're tested regarding the 8 hours of vacation time.
That has actually been removed.
Okay.
This is just, we're kind of starting over.
Okay. All right.
And this is our starting point.
Okay.
For this. All right, you guys think you got that squared away? Well, not that you agree, but that you understand what we're...
We understand the offer.
All right. Next one is group insurance, and there are no changes to what had been proposed many times before. And the savings clause, same thing, it's no different than what had been proposed. And what had been TA'd the last time. The entire agreement is the same thing, no changes there as to what was proposed. And last then, after I hand these out, is the duration, Article 33, and you'll see the change there is it's really just a one-year proposal, as discussed earlier. And we'll clean up fiscal year 12. Okay, that's pretty much it. From the city side, get all the proposals out there. Do you have any that you want to?
Our intention was to look and see what you had to offer. I do not have, without looking at this, we weren't sure what to expect.
I understand.
So obviously we will go back and go over this and have a proposal. But other than that, do you have anything, Rick, that you can?
No, not for right now.
Not for right now. Okay. Billy?
If you do have any questions, if after you're reading it, it doesn't make sense, just give me a call. I'll
Absolutely.
let you know our intention or what the goal was. All right, do you want to set a date, or do you need some, you guys need some meeting time?
We'll call you, can we call you
Yeah,
next day or so?
that's
Come
what-
up with availability?
Next couple weeks are pretty full.
Yeah, next couple weeks, we're, we'll have to look at it.
I know my schedule has nothing pressing.
Okay.
that I'm going to be out for extended periods or anything, so I think we should be available.
Well, we have 2 arbitrations coming up and some other things. so.
True.
Yeah.
For the 8th.
Do you have any travel plans, though, that'll take you guys out for a week or so on end?
First week in November.
Like back up to Tallahassee or Washington or something?
Not for a week at a time, maybe for a couple days. We have a week long stay coming up through a month or so.
How about you guys, chiefs, anything
Until December.
pressing? Okay.
Okay, like I said, we just wanted to see what we knew you had gone to council, and
Yep.
you had some direction, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll wait for the call. We'll get together again, see where we end up. We'll just go ahead and end the session. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's 10:25, and we'll end it now unless you have anything else you...
Not for rank and file.
Okay, then we'll stop the rank and file session as of now. Thank you. Let's get on record. This is going to be bargaining session 2. Okay, I'm on record. It is Tuesday, October 9th, 2012. This is bargaining session 2 between local 747 Supervisors Unit and the City of St. Petersburg. This is for the reopener of Article 21 pay. At bargaining session 1, the union proposed a 3% GWI for fiscal year 13, and the city's response to that, pretty much what I said before, is the mayor and city council just voted in the millage increase for this year, so the counter is still at 0% for this year, but we're looking at next year being able to give out raises again. So the response to your 3% is the city is rejecting that and saying no, still 0% for FY13.
Was there any paperwork on that, or that's just across?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
If you like, I can certainly send you something in writing if you want to do
If you
that.
could,
MOU.
that would be
Yeah,
great.
I'll do that.
Okay, sure, that'd be great.
I'll make it in the
Share
form of
it
an
with-
MOU
That's fine.
and email that to you. I'll email it to the whole team
Okay,
so you guys have
sure,
that.
that would be great.
And that'll be the official record then.
Okay, as far as the rejection on the proposal, we weren't sure where you were coming back with. Obviously, we wanted to see what you had to offer with.
If you have a
3%.
counter, we can tackle it the next time we meet.
Absolutely. Other than that, on the wage reopener, I didn't know if you had anything else for supervisors or not. But that was really the only article that was open for proposals.
Right.
Was the wage reopener, so.
Well, actually, we can take this time, though, to talk about the drop, though.
Okay.
As of now, the rank and file still has not ratified the drop extension.
Correct.
And the city cannot implement it for both groups. That is the stance, anyway, that's the position that the city's taking. You can't have it for one group without the other. So if, I'm certainly open to any counter proposals for you on that respect, if there's something you wanted to put on the table.
As far as,
Since
okay,
the city is not going to extend that benefit, as of now, the city's not going to extend that benefit to the supervisors.
okay.
And if you look at Article 26H, essentially says that if it's
Right.
determined that you can't, if any change in the law or any change would jeopardize the 175 funding, would reopen that portion. So we're open to.
Well, that is something at this time, I would have to speak to our legal, because the fact it is in arbitration, it's lined up for arbitration.
And we may get answers.
So that is something that I wouldn't even comment on at this time without talking to him, and I will be talking to him actually this afternoon.
Yeah.
So.
The point is, I wanted it on record that
Sure.
we should have it open. It's an open item for
Okay.
discussion. If we want to wait until the outcome of the arbitrations, that's perfectly
Right.
acceptable.
And I do know the last time I did speak with the supervisors, they were comfortable there. They didn't have any type of a counter offer as far as training
Yeah, yeah,
for the 5 to 7. So.
fair enough.
Could we just call a conference?
Absolutely.
Couple minutes?
All right, 10:30, we'll call a quick caucus on the supervisors bargaining. Okay, back on record, 10:35, it was a short caucus. Anything you want to add?
No, not at this time.
Okay, then we'll wrap up both bargaining sessions. Just give me a call when you're ready.
Okay,
to,
will do.
Get back to the table, we'll do so.
And we'll probably meet as far as supervisors the same way,
Yeah.
right afterward, if that's,
Yeah,
okay.
not a, yeah, we can
With
do,
a-
we can do joint sessions.
Sure.
I'm okay with that.
Okay,
And again, if you have any questions on anything that we talked about, if I can clarify it, I'll do so.
okay,
And I owe you, just to recap for the record, I owe you an MOU, draft of an MOU for the supervisors' pay
yeah,
proposal
the
for
zero
the city.
proposal.
Yeah, the zero
Okay,
proposal.
yeah.
So I'll get that out to you today.
All right.
Okay,
All right?
If you can, so, and I know you said where it was at internet or whatever, I'm sure it's easier for you all because you're
Yeah,
very
what-
familiar with it. Just email to Billy
We'll
an
do
electronic copy of what you expect. as
I'm
far as
sure
the-
we'll either directly give you the link or we'll scan and copy and scan.
No, we'd like to know from you what you're looking for specifically. So.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Fair enough.
all right.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.